What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So today I just kind of want to talk about my opinion on surgeons, doctors, teachers, bus drivers' pay, and why I honestly think that they should be paid as much as sports players, specifically NBA players. Like, once I get into this video, you realize how insanely rich NBA players are. But let's get into it. So I think we all know that bus drivers, and so first we're going to talk about bus drivers and teachers. I think we all know that bus drivers and teachers are unfairly paid. Like, very unfairly paid. Like, bus drivers, they don't even get a good enough paycheck to live their life. Specifically school bus drivers. And then teachers, they do have enough money to, live a pretty good life, but not enough for what they do. So first, let me tell you how much they make and how much I think they should make because of what they do. So real quick, let's talk about bus drivers. And this will honestly, people say that teachers are unfairly paid, but after this, you'll realize how unfairly paid bus drivers are. So, the average school bus driver makes around $38,647 per year, which, if you didn't know, is really bad. I'm pretty sure that's in the poverty levels. Yes, in the poverty levels. Like, that's really bad. Like, I'm pretty sure at the minimum to live, I'm pretty sure the minimum amount of money you have to make per year to live completely by yourself, to pay off the bills and everything like that, the minimum amount of money per year you have to make to actually live by yourself and take care of yourself is around like $55,000 to $60,000, I'm pretty sure. So $38,000 is nowhere near that. Like, not even enough to live. And I'm pretty sure the state that even pays the highest, I can't remember which state, I think it was Mississippi. No, not Mississippi. But I'm pretty sure the state that pays the highest amount of money to a bus driver pays around $41,500 per year. So even the highest paying state, even the state that pays the highest to bus drivers, you can't even live off of that. Which really goes to show how underpaid and underappreciated bus drivers are. Like, okay, I get that some bus drivers can be a-holes, Some bus drivers, they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to drive. They take care of their kids really badly. They're always late. I get that. But, like, what if you're an actually good bus driver, You're always on time. Maybe you're even early to some people's houses. You take care of the kids well. You know how to drive really well. And then for all that work, to do that much, to take care of America's literal future. America's literal future is in the hands of these kids. And all you get for protecting America's future and making sure these kids get their education to be able to carry on America's legacy or any other country's legacy if you don't live in the US. All you get is around $38,000, which is not even enough to live by yourself. That's like poverty levels, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure I learned that, like, anything below 40,000 is considered poverty levels. All of that for that, which is insane. Honestly, like, the reason why I think bus drivers' jobs are so important is, like I said, they're protecting these kids' futures. Like, yeah, some kids can walk to school, some kids, their parents drive them, some kids just bike. Not all kids need the bus. But still, despite that, like, the kids who can't do that and they need the bus to get where they need to go, it's important to them, In order to get their education at school and to be able to, carry on America's legacy, they need to actually get there. And bus drivers support them. They do that. And these bus drivers are literally making sure that these kids get the education they need. They're literally taking care of them. And yet, despite that, they only get paid like poverty levels of pay. Even lower than teachers, by the way. You'll have to see, bus drivers get paid way less than even teachers, which is quite insane, because teachers are known for not getting paid all that much at all. And that's honestly why I just think that bus drivers are so underappreciated. And honestly, if I had to choose, I would say that I would want bus drivers to make, at the very minimum, I think they should make around $300,000 per year, 300 to 500,000, because what they're doing is so important. And I think at the highest, they need to make at least $1 million to $2 million. I know this is quite insane, like just to drive a bus, like just to drive a vehicle. Like you drive a vehicle every day, right? And instead you lose money for gas and stuff like that, and you're getting paid. And me saying that like you should make like millions of dollars from just driving a vehicle around sounds quite insane. But hear me out. I'm not gonna bring up. Well, I am. Let me restate. These bus drivers are protecting these kids' future, and on top of that, they're making sure that they are safe. And they also have quite a stressful job, a really stressful job, actually. Think about it. In a bus full of tons of kids who are in their rebellious phase, I mean, yeah, a ton of kids who are in their rebellious phase, or like younger kids from elementary school who are rambunctious, and you have to deal with all of them. And usually each school bus has like 40 kids in them or something like that. So you have to deal with all of them at the same time, all while trying to drive safe. Like imagine trying to drive safely on the road while like a bunch of kids are distracting you and throwing things at each other and like saying the N-word towards each other and being racist and being sexist. Like people can barely drive on the road as it is. I can't believe they can drive in those conditions. So with the amount of stress and the amount of importance their jobs have, I think they should be at the minimum paid 300 to 500,000, and at the most 1 to 2 million per year, which is a lot. Like that would be enough that like I think bus drivers would be appreciated. Like one of the reasons why nobody wants to be a bus driver, like okay, some people want to be, they like being a bus driver, but like one of the reasons why a lot of people just don't want to be a bus driver ever is for the pay. They get to work a super stressful job where they have a high risk of dying because not only are you on the road, but you're on the road with a big vehicle with tons of distractions on the bus with you. And instead of being paid like sports players or surgeons or anything like that, hundreds of thousands to like millions per year, you're just getting paid with poverty level of money. So I just think that them being paid that money would just give them the appreciation they need. Anyways, let's move on to teachers, notorious ones on here. So, this might not sound bad. Now, you might be surprised because some people are like, oh, teachers only get paid like $50,000 a year, it's so bad. And teachers actually make a lot more than you think. Like, they make enough money that they can live pretty comfortably. But still, I don't think it's nearly enough for what they do for society. So, on average for every state and across the US and across the world, teachers make around $66,397 per year. $66,000 per year. Which is still pretty good. Like, that's like the average amount of money that an American makes. So it's not like bad or anything like that. It's not necessarily bad. But I just think it's not enough for what they do. So I'm going to bring back that whole bus driver thing, and that these teachers are literally protecting these kids' futures. They're giving them the education they need, and they are literally putting, like, they have the hands of America's entire future, and they're protecting them, with all their might, giving them the best education they can. And on top of that, they have a really stressful job. Like, their job is really stressful. You do not understand. I know I'm a kid, and I'm still in school, and, like, I don't know nothing about being an adult or being a teacher or anything like that, but I can tell you from being a kid and seeing the teachers in our class, especially the ones, like, as being a kid and seeing the teachers, seeing how stressed they are, I can tell that's a really stressful job. Like, really stressful. Their job is really, really stressful. You do not understand. Anyone who is not a teacher or a bus driver understands how stressful their job is. So, back to the bus driver thing, they have to deal with a bunch of annoying kids. Now, they do cut it down a little bit, like on buses they have like 30 to 40 plus kids, in school classrooms, at least in my classrooms, they only have like 15 to 25. I mean, it might be the 30s or 40s in some schools, but me personally, I go to a not so populated school, but it's only like 20, 30 kids in a classroom usually at once, at least from my experience. So that's that, but still, it's the future of America in their hand, and they're helping them. And also, those kids are also still rambunctious and distracting. And in middle school and high school, they're in the rebellious phase, specifically in middle school, but in high school, you're still kind of going out of puberty, and as a teenager, you're still really rebellious and everything like that. We're not going out of puberty, but you're becoming an adult in high school, and you're still in your rebellious phase. You're not. I don't think you're as. I mean, I'm not high school age. Okay, I'm not high school age, but I'm pretty sure that you start to go out of your rebellious phase by then. But you're still a little bit in it. So, but still, these rambunctious, rebellious kids you have to deal with. And on top of that, it's even worse because you're trying to teach them and talk to them. At least with the bus driver, they can just ignore them, right? But with teachers, they literally cannot. It is their job to focus on them and to talk to them. And when a kid is just being distracting, they can't talk to them or anything like that. It's really bad. It's really bad, but I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's still really bad, all the kids talking, being rambunctious, and then the teacher just can't talk. And I've heard stories of teachers crying, or like breaking down, or like going insane, like mentally insane. I've heard stories about that from their students, which should not be happening, okay? I get it if the teacher is bad, okay? Some teachers do deserve to have that happen to them. Like, I gotta admit, some teachers are jerks, okay? But, like, if it's just a normal teacher, or a really good teacher who cares about it, about the students, that should not be happening, okay? Anyways, oh wait, I have to explain what I think they should be paid. I think teachers should be paid at the minimum $2 million per year, and at the max $15 million, okay? I know that sounds absolutely insane, okay? Absolutely insane. But, like, teachers are so important to the society. They're so important, and they have to deal with such a stressful job. And some people might say, oh, well, they have the summer off, so that's good. But no, they really don't. During the summer, they have to, like, make plans, kind of finish up the school, meet with the principal, So they don't really have the summer off. They only have, like, the first month of summer, and then the last two, they have to, like, get the school ready and everything like that. So, no. But, they have a really stressful job. And so I just think they should be paid $2 million at the minimum, $15 million at the max. Anyways, let's move on before this video, because if we don't go over the other ones quickly, this video is going to be like 25 minutes long. Anyways, doctors. Doctors make a lot of money already, but I just don't think they get paid enough. But doctors on average make $201,918 per year. Now that is a lot, okay? That is a lot to live a really, really comfortable lifestyle, okay? Really comfortable. That is amazing. That's one of the highest paying jobs in America right there. But I still think you should be paid more. Because doctors, they literally, like, they have to go through so much stress. They have to, like, deal with, like, clients. They have to deal with gross situations. They have to deal with, trying to give patients the right, not patients, but you have to deal with giving people the right medication, which can be stressful because they might accidentally give the wrong one, stuff like that. And on top of that, the reason why we have such a good medical system is because of doctors, okay? Doctors are the main reason why. Not hospitals. Like, the medicine, yeah, but, like, doctors, okay? Doctors and surgeons. And I feel like doctors just don't get paid enough to literally save people's lives. They are literally saving people's lives, and they're only getting paid $200,000. So let me explain how much I think they should make. I think doctors should make, at the minimum, $5 million per year, and at the max, $20 million. And I mean, for the teachers and bus drivers, with the 2 million to like 10 million, stuff like that, I could see people saying that's too much, and I could kind of see their argument. But with here, I think everybody would agree. Okay, I think everybody would agree that doctors should be paid in the millions because their job is just so special. Anyways, let's move on to surgeons. Now, the average surgeon makes $195,163 per year, which is lower than doctors. And I think they should get paid the exact same as doctors. 5 million minimum, 20 million max. And it's literally just the same reason as doctors, They save people's lives. They do very important things. They're one of the reasons for why we're so good medically. It's not just the medicine and everything like that. Them taking care of people and making all these important surgeries. And plus, their job is even more stressful than doctors. Like, even more stressful. Like, at least doctors, all they really have to do is just, give people the right medication. Surgeons have to, make perfect little cuts and stuff like that around people's bodies. And if they mess up once, they kill the person. So, I think they should maybe even be paid more than doctors, but I'm just going to say the same, 5 to 20 million, just because they basically do the same thing. Surgeons and doctors, they're both pretty much just doctors. It's just they do slightly different things. Doctors cure people's sicknesses and everything like that. Surgeons do important surgeries for people. They both help people to save their life, bunch of different ways. But anyways, let's move on to how much sports players and specifically basketball players make. Because if you didn't know, the NBA is the highest paying sport in the world currently. Now, after hearing how much surgeons, doctors, teachers, and bus drivers make per year, you're gonna be blown away by how much NBA players make. Alright, so the average NBA player makes $9.7 million per year. $10 million, around $10 million. $10 million per year. The average, not the highest that you can possibly make, the average. The lowest amount of money you can make as an NBA player is $1.1 million per year. 1.1 million. So that means that the lowest paid NBA players make more money than the highest paid surgeons, doctors, teachers, and bus drivers. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I am talking per year, but I do know that NBA players sign contracts, and I believe they spread it out to multiple years. So if I say they make 20 million per year, it's probably not, because they're probably making 20 million in 3 to 5 years. But either way, I don't really think it matters, because NBA players make so much money, and their contracts usually only last at the most 5 years, that they're probably still making more money per year than surgeons, doctors, etc., Anyways, so if I say per year, just know that I pretty much just mean contracts. Just give me a break, okay? Anyways, now let's get into the highest paid NBA player in existence. Now, this might be false, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Steph Curry made more at one point per year, but it was just all the information. It was just the first info I could find. But one of the highest paid NBA players ever is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown on the Boston Celtics in the NBA makes $301 million per year. $301 million per year. Just think about that. $301 million per year to dribble a ball down a court. $301 million to stay in front of someone and make sure they don't dribble the ball down the court. Think about that. A guy who dribbles a ball down a court as a living is making more than people who are saving lives or teaching people how to be good people. Think about that. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, right? So, that's basically, the conclusion is that, I just think that teachers, bus drivers, doctors, and surgeons, and some other jobs, some other jobs, there are some others, but those are the main ones I can think of right now. Those jobs should be paid more or around the same as the NBA and sports players. Because they do so much, and NBA players just get paid more to just dribble a ball down the freaking court, which is insane. Like, there's a reason why there's a lot more rich NBA players than there are rich surgeons and doctors. Like, there's a reason why. It's just because they make so much more. It's ridiculous. But I just want to explain that in this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, that's the video.